Hello family, my name is Nikki and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about living at home, back at home, when you're like 30 plus and older. And we're going to talk about why I made the decision to do this and what I foresee for the future. Around the time that Z was born, about a month before she was born, I was working at a place that had a really big layoff, and I got laid off from my job. And so I was living on my own at the time, not at home, and I had been living on my own mostly off and on since I was 18 years old. And so when Z was born and I got laid off, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I did get the chance that a lot of people don't get to stay home with her for the first 15 months that she was here, and I got to see a lot of her milestones and really bond with her. But at the same time, a little bit before she turned a year, it started to become a little concerning about where I was going to get income from. And I was applying to jobs, but I hadn't gone back to work. So I made the decision to move back home right after Z turned 1. It was kind of a rough decision to make that decision to move home, and the plan was that I was going to move home for 1 year. Z is now about to be 11 years old and we are still at home. And the reason that we decided to stay, and now there's less people in the household, you know, we have a lot more space, but the reason that we decided to stay was that first it was about, you know, being able to have enough money to live on my own again after being laid off. But once I went back to work, it became more of a situation where it was like, why, if I'm not buying a house at this time, and which I was not planning to do at the time, why was I going to go out and pay rent to someone when I could stay at home and be of help to my mom. My mom was of help to me with, you know, a young child, and we were able to kind of, you know, coexist great. Me and my mom have a great relationship, so it worked out well. So that is the reason that I moved home and why we are still living here now, because it allows me the ability to have my own business and grow my business. It allows me the ability to be here making these YouTube videos. There are pros and cons, of course, to every situation, and this situation is not any different. You know, obviously the pros of living here is being able to save money and be able to run a business and grow a business when times are rough, and that does happen as an entrepreneur. There are some rough times, and so, you know, with my mom's support and being able to be at home, that has been a big pro and a big blessing. Second thing is, you know, my mom is here with my daughter when I have to work. My mom is retired, and so it is this kind of situation where, I mean, Zaya is older now. She doesn't necessarily need a babysitter per se. She just needs someone here with her, and you know, my mom is here, and that's another blessing when I do have to work, or when I have to go on a shoot, or, you know, whatever that is, I do have her here to kind of keep an eye on Z. And so the third thing, which is, you know, kind of combined with that second thing, is that Z does have her grandmother there with her all the time, and they have an amazing relationship and a really awesome bond. She has a chance to have almost a second mom right in the house with her. So those kinds of things, and the things that she can learn from my mom, and the things that, you know, we can teach her together, those kind of things are invaluable, and all three of those things are really great blessings to living at home again. The downsides to living at home again, I mean, one is that my mom has, you know, owned this house for 40 years, and so, you know, we've accumulated a lot of stuff in there, and trying to clear all of those things out is tough for all of us, because there's memories and ideas. When you're starting fresh, it's a little bit different. When I have my own home, my own apartment, it was a little bit different. Things were a little bit more empty, and you know, I'm a hoarder at heart anyways, so that's I think a downside is that there's 40 years. I guess it's a plus and a minus. There's 40 years of memories, but there are 40 years of stuff, you know, so we're dealing with that. And so that's another great thing about this channel is that you guys are going to get to come on the ride with me as we reorganize and declutter, or whatever it is that we decide to do with the home to, you know, make it a better space for all of us. The second part to this is I'm still my mother's child. Do you know what I mean? And this is my mother's house, and my mother will always see me as her child. And I know she's watching this, so hi, mommy. And so there are times when it's like I would do things differently, or I kind of have to go to her on certain things. She'll tell me things that I need to do and stuff. That's a little bit different than if you have your own home and you're living on your own, you're making your own rules. This is still her home. It's still her rules, even though this is my home, of course, as well. And also like little things like how we might choose to do things a little differently, like me and Zaya, how we may choose to, like the foods I may cook or the things that I may do are a little bit different when you're at home and there's just a way of life. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I think you guys know what I mean. It's different in your mom's house than it would be in your own home. So those are just some of the cons, but I would have to say they're very small cons to living at home at this age and being, you know. And so what I see for the future, obviously, you know, I'm growing my business and I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel. And so, you know, we won't always be home, and it may be a situation where mom might still be with me. You know what I mean? We might be just in a bigger place. So yeah, I don't know, but that's one of the things I see for the future, is having the chance to grow this business. And so yeah, that's some of the things that I see for the future, are just being able to have the chance to grow this business, continue to grow my photography business. For those of you who don't know, I am a photographer. To grow my photography business, and this lifestyle allows for that, and it also allows for great relationships to bloom. The reason that I wanted to do this video is because I will be doing a lot of videos about, you know, reorganizing our little tiny lovely home, and you know, purging and organizing, which I'm horrible at, and you know, learning to do all of those things. Those videos will all be on here, so you guys will be on this adventure and get to see this home as I try to help transform it and declutter it and make it a space that, I mean, don't get me wrong, that my house is super cozy and warm and lovable, but I think it helps my mom too to you know, kind of declutter and get rid of stuff and reorganize and, you know, have that fresh space. So that's the journey that you guys will be on with me, and so I wanted to make this video to kind of preface that, so you understand the steps that we will be taking together on this channel. And for those of you who may be in smaller homes, or maybe still be at home, or may choose to stay at home, or are living in a situation where there's multiple people, those kind of organizing things might be helpful to you, to see how we try to make the best of the space that we have. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys all about the decision I made to stay home. And while it's a different decision than some people making in this economy, I think it's actually becoming more common. And so yeah, that is this video. And so if you guys are interested in all those organizing videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can get the notifications when they come out. And if you guys have any ideas for videos you would like to see about those kinds of things, please comment them down in the comment section, or share with me your story about if you're living at home or if you're not living at home. Yeah, my camera cut off when I was telling you guys that I would love to hear all of your stories. This camera, for some reason, I haven't quite figured out yet why it won't record for a certain amount of time. Time for an upgrade. But anyways, share your stories below. Subscribe to the channel for and turn on your notifications to get alerts for when we post new videos. And don't forget to like this video so I can know what kinds of videos you guys want to see. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks guys. Bye.